Alright, people. So I'm here with an episode of Rantamania. Actually, it's episode 20 right here of Rantamania. I guess a milestone episode in this video series here. So in this episode, we're going to cover 5 topics. I'll go through them right now, actually. Um, a rant on Smosh, how WWE turns talent into jobbers, my thoughts on Common Core, how to make Roman Reigns look stronger, and also a rant on the food industry. So we'll get started off first with Smosh. I looked him up on YouTube, and I saw his recent video on like a sex turban. I'm like, what the hell is this? I mean, he's like, yeah, I got this sex turban, and all the girls are attracted to me. I mean, it's kind of retarded. Um, like a lot of these people on YouTube, I did a rant on PewDiePie, and then, like, he's playing video games or whatever, and it's like he seems like he thinks just because he swears he thinks he's funny or whatever. Um, and like with Smosh, I mean, he thinks like, oh, let's put two funny things together, or let's try to put two words together that don't relate, and it'll be funny, like sex turban. It's like, come on, it's not really that funny. Um, and then I saw, one of his other videos. It's like, oh, we're doing a high school prank on this one person, and they called the person down to the office, and they were acting like they were in trouble, and it wasn't really a good prank at all. Um, so I mean, from like the 5 minutes of videos I watched from Smosh, I did not like them really. I thought they weren't funny, didn't make me laugh at all. So there you go. Next one, and that first one was requested by Hollywood A-lister underscore Miz on YouTube. This next one, how WWE turns talent into jobbers, was requested by WWE analyst on YouTube. Yeah, like WWE, they'll like fucking, have some guy who's good or whatever, like fucking Sandow or Ziggler or anybody, and then fucking Cena will just beat them all and turn them into jobbers. Look at Bray Wyatt. Fucking, he's doing great. I've gone over this story many times on my channel. He's doing great. The fans like him. Then he faces Cena. Cena beats him. Then he goes off of television and is a jobber for the most part. So I mean, it happens all. It's like they'll put guys like Ryback. I mean, they put Ryback in the main event, and then they turn him into a jobber. I mean, so I mean, it just doesn't make any sense what they do in this company. Like they'll have fucking jobbers beat main eventers, and they won't do anything with the jobbers who just beat the main eventers. But then that'll turn the main eventers back into jobbers, and the jobbers are still jobbers because they're not progressing at all. So I mean, it's just fucked up. But they don't even know what the hell they're doing half the time. I don't think. Like when fucking like a jobber beats a main star, then they don't even build on that at all. It's like, come on, guys. So that'll happen all the time when they'll take like a fucking, top guy, and they'll just keep getting fucking beat by fucking jobbers, or like fucking, um, um, who was I gonna fucking say? Like Orton. Fucking, he was like, in the main event, I remember, and then fucking gets beat by Cesaro, um, gets beat by Kofi Kingston. But what do they do with Kofi and Cesaro? They fucking don't do anything with them, so it just doesn't make any sense. The next person here, Movie Enforcer on YouTube, requested me to do my thoughts on Common Core. Now, Common Core is kind of the federal education system that our public schools are under. My thoughts on Common Core, from what I've seen of it, is it's stupid. I don't think the federal government should have the responsibility to make the education. If it was up to me, education would be dealt solely by the private sector. I don't think the government should have a role in education. Now, I've seen the argument, oh, we need the public, the government to have a role in education because it's necessary to have an informed public to keep our country functioning correctly. Yeah, I agree that we need an informed public, but look at the schools now. private schools are way better than public schools, and that like if you got rid of like anything the government runs, it gets fucked up. All right, welfare, healthcare, you name it. The government will fuck it up for the most part when they take something over, and that's what's happened with the fucking public schools now. It's fucked up. A lot of public schools are fucking horrible, but private schools are actually decent schools. But this is my point. Private schools are good right now. If you get rid of public schools, that'll create more business in the private schools. So then that'll just make the private schools better. It will create more competition. So, and more options as well. So I mean, if you say we're not, and that'll save the taxpayers. They say from grades 1 through 12 or kindergarten through 12th, you can go to school for free. No, that's not true. You have to pay it. Somebody has to pay it through, what do you call it? Taxes. Yes, people. So it's not really free. All right, they're like, oh, you could fucking get free health care now. No, it's somebody has to pay for it. Nothing in this world is really free. Like the Obama, we're gonna give you free community college. No, it's not free. People have to pay for it. So it just makes more money, and it's best to have the private sector deal with most things. Then it'll be the best most productive. Like if private schools were prominent, were the only way that people got their education. Again, it would create more competition, which also means lower prices. So that's a good thing. And more competition as well, so it would create even better, I think, education than we possibly have right now in private schools. Because again, there would be more competition. And the more competition you have, generally the better the product will be. Not all the time, but typically I think that's how it will be. The next one here was requested by Nick Godfrey on YouTube. He requested me to do a video, how to make Roman Reigns look stronger. I think when Roman Reigns was his best when he was with the Shield, because he fucking sucks. So the best way to make him look good is to put him in a group like that, where his talents or his lack of talents are covered up by actually talented people like Rollins. And then, Roman Reigns could kind of be like the enforcer, the powerhouse, I guess, But that's, like he's never gonna be good. Oh, he's not ready yet. At first it was like, oh, Roman Reigns, this guy's gonna be great. He's gonna have a great singles career, whatever. And then it was, oh, he's just fucking, he's not ready yet. He's not ready. No, he fucking sucks. All right, get out of here with he's never gonna be fucking ready. Come on. He's not ready. Come on, that's so stupid how people are saying that he's not ready yet. Well, if he's not ready right now, fucking he's never gonna be ready. He's been in the company for fucking how long? It's 3 years now, I think. Over 3 years, I believe. He debuted at Survivor Series 2012. He's been in the company right now for 2.5 years, right? Didn't he debut Survivor Series 2012? No, he's been in the company for like 3 years. Fucking 3.5 years. So, I mean, if he's not ready now, he's probably never gonna be ready. So, I mean, I would just fucking get rid of his ass if it was up to me. Or at least make him a jobber. But, I mean, the best way to make him look, if you had to keep him, is probably put him in a group. Or, do a Shield reunion, I guess, down the road. But, I mean, like, right now, what the hell? It's too early to do a Shield reunion. So, I don't know what the hell you would do with him. Again, if it was up to me, you would never even have him in the company in the first place. Then the last one here was requested by @Ghanistan2313 on Twitter. He wanted me to do a rant on the food industry. And now this is a big fucking corrupt industry right here, the food industry. There are so many companies that just provide you with garbage food. Now I try my best to drink fluoride-free water, organic, non-GMO. And actually, let me tell you this. Let me tell you something right here. After I started drinking non-fluoridated water, started eating natural foods, organic foods, I have a lot more energy. Meaning that a lot of times I would fucking just, feel very tired. And I still do because I don't get proper rest all the time, but like I would be laying in bed and just fall like on my iPad and fall asleep all the time. I don't do that anymore. And I have a lot more energy. I could, pump out like a long days, like fucking 18-hour days sometimes. I have more energy. I feel like, and I feel more awake. I could function on less sleep now. Uh, and I attribute that to, being healthier. People, oh, let's just fucking eat fucking, diet pop and what, but like a lot of this diet stuff is actually filled with things like aspartame, which I've said, it's horrible for you. Like Diet Coke is laced with aspartame. I mean, you got to make sure you just keep, things like aspartame, high fructose corn syrup. Sometimes we'll just call it fructose or corn syrup. A lot of this shit is very fucking bad for you. I've shown the studies on fluoride on this channel. Um, but yeah, I mean, in the food industry, um, again, like to make a fucking like you look at the ingredients on the back of food, and it's like fucking to make a fucking basic, like bread, it's like fucking 20 ingredients. I didn't know you had to make fucking 20 ingredients to make bread, and there's some out there that are actually good, and it will just say on the bag, yeast, flour, canola oil, and whatever, like 4 or 5 ingredients. The mainline ones will have like 20. It's like, why do you need fucking 20 ingredients to make this simple product? It's because they're putting a bunch of crap into it to fucking save a little bit of money, and we don't give a shit what we eat. We don't give a shit that we're killing ourselves or poisoning ourselves. We care more about, fucking sports athletes and bullshit like that. We have to wake up and realize that we're killing ourselves by drinking all this, poisonous pop and McDonald's and GMO garbage and, all this fucking garbage. And people really have to make a better job to be healthier. And I see people now, I see companies. I heard Kellogg's is taking out the BPA out of their cereal. Like I see at least McDonald's. Oh, we're gonna be antibiotic free. I think they said. I'm sure that's bullshit, but I mean, at least like what we're trying to do here, the organic business is booming, I guess, in a way. The requests for GMO free and organic foods are at an all-time high. Probably that's a great thing. People are becoming very more interested in being healthy, truly healthy, than ever before, I think, which is great. But I think we have to take it to a next level, and more people, McDonald's sales are dropping, which is awesome. So we have to just take it to a whole new level and really promote the fucking healthiness. Tell your family. Family is the best way, because I'm sure most people live with other people. Tell them about that. Tell them to get healthier foods. And people know, oh, it's fucking expensive. No, it's not. Fast food is actually, like, if you bought McDonald's or, like a pizza is fucking a lot of money. Like fucking eggs, one of the healthiest foods that you could probably eat. Fucking a carton of eggs is fucking a few bucks. It'll feed you a few meals right there. I think if you buy the 18 carton of eggs, it's like fucking $2 or $3. That's so fucking cheap. Oatmeal, another healthy food. The fucking huge thing of oatmeal is like fucking $4, I think, $4 or $5. It's fucking cheap. I mean, a lot of fucking healthy foods are fucking cheap. All right. So don't say that. It's a fucking, some healthy foods, like organic fruits are more expensive, but you could fucking eat healthy foods for very cheap. I mean, think if if you had, let's say we have oatmeal, maybe some, meat for lunch, or, I don't know, meat, oatmeal, eggs. Let's say that's your meal all day. You're probably only going to spend, what, $10 on yourself? Have some water with it. Water's basically free. Get a fucking fluoride free water pitcher like I have that'll filter the water. So, I mean, I see a good, I see a fucking, uh, more of a request for healthier foods, but the food industry is still very corrupt, putting garbage in our foods, trying to poison us, like the Monsantos, Coca-Colas, McDonald's, trying to poison us, but we are fighting back, and I'm not eating fucking all that garbage. So there you go, people. There's my fucking Rantamania episode 20.